This experience was December 13th, and been having a lot of lucid dreams lately, virtual reality lucid dreams. Like I have them every morning, but I just can't talk about all of them, because I don't have the time in the day. But anyway, but this morning, I don't know where this came from, because I actually was thinking about swimming pools and stuff a few days ago, actually, or about a week ago or whatever, so I don't know, I guess maybe that's why the aliens stuck me in a lake. I was with a bunch of other people, and then I started swim racing with this person. I can't remember who she was or whatever, but she was like way ahead of me. We were doing like laps, like racing, and I just like was swimming, and I got way ahead of her. I touched, the end like first, where everybody could clearly see that I won or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty cool. They they put me in water a lot, like lakes and stuff, but they haven't in a while though. It's been a while since they stuck me in a lake or river or whatever. But that was kind of fun. But Joel, he'll give me a good out-of-body experience at least once a month. Hopefully he'll give me more soon. But yeah, he's been giving me cool stuff at least once a month. But this experience was December 13th. So when was that? About a week ago? And so basically, like after I woke up, I didn't even think about how maybe like that I was in a UFO, sitting there in a UFO. Because when I was under the experience, the alien didn't really tell me, And then it was after I woke up, when I was in the experience, I wasn't thinking, oh, am I in a UFO or am I in a open cargo plane or whatever. I wasn't even thinking that. But after I woke up, I was like, was I like sitting there on my butt in a freaking UFO? But the alien didn't tell me. It seemed more like just an open, like we were just stalled in midair, like 100,000 feet, maybe higher in the sky. Me and my friend, well, not really a friend, but the alien put that guy that comes in there at Barnes & Noble's, he's like in his 30s, it was like me and him, and the ship, or open cargo plane, but we were just sitting there on our butts, getting ready to watch the light show in the sky. It was the gray aliens for sure. The grays haven't given me or actually, they did just give me this other lucid virtual reality dream, and I'll talk about that one later. At my uncle's and aunt's house again. That was them, because I know their style. Where there were like floating holograms. Like I looked over to my left. I was walking along to the neighbor across the street. I mean, across the grass there, where my Aunt Elaine and Uncle John used to live. And then there was these round, floating, colorful holograms, like floating to the left of me, like about 7 feet off the ground. But anyway, I can talk about that one later. But yeah, the Greys gave me that. I know their style, but so the Greys definitely gave me this experience. Oh, I forgot to put what I forgot to put on there. This was like virtual reality, lucid dream, out of body experience, all of those 3 things. But I didn't do any astral traveling or anything. I forgot to put that on there, didn't I? Greys gave me. Okay, yeah, because if it's a 3D experience, I'll put that on there. And this wasn't in 3D. This was virtual reality, lucid dream. Okay, so anyway, so basically, me and that guy, the guy that always because they always put stuff, you know, in your scenarios, you know, whatever you've seen before or who you can not relate to, just whoever you've seen before. And I've seen him before because he comes in there, so he's in my brain. You know what I'm saying? So the aliens always pick anything that's in your brain. But they do pick stuff that you can relate to as well. Or just whatever your brain has seen before. In 3D, that's always, you know, game for them to use. Anything that's in your brain to put in your experiences. Okay, so we were just sitting there, and like I say, the aliens, they make me feel scared of heights, like a lot. You know what I'm saying? In my experiences. Like a lot of times I'll be scared of heights and stuff, and they'll put me like really, really, really high up in the sky or whatever, or high up on a building. They do that a lot. So like in this experience, like I say, I don't know if I was in a UFO or an open cargo airplane, but we were just floating there in the sky. And we were like, I mean, we were way the fuck up there. I mean, you know, you get certain, you just kind of know, you know, like how far you were up there. You get certain impressions and stuff, or maybe they actually, I don't know, maybe they just program it like that for me to kind of know that. I don't know, but I mean, airplanes go like what, anywhere between 25 to 50,000 feet. So we were probably double that, like 100,000 feet. In the sky, and the, you know, and it was black. The sky was black, and so basically we were just floating there, me and my friend. There wasn't anybody else on the ship, or you know, if there was, I didn't see them or whatever. And basically we were, so I was sitting down on my butt, and he was also sitting down on his butt, my friend. I mean, not really my friend, but you know what I'm saying. In this scenario, it was like he was my friend. So, and he was getting kind of close to the edge, and I was like, shit, man. I was kind of scared, you know, because I didn't want to fall overboard, you know. So I started scooting my butt, like, back up in the ship, you know, because I was comfortable seeing the light show at, you know, 12 feet away as opposed to, like, 3 feet away. So he was kind of, like, scooting on up there, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't want to, like, fall off the freaking ship or airplane or whatever. So I scooted my butt. I kind of, turned around, kind of walked on my knees, kind of scooted my butt on up. It seemed like we were at a slight incline too, actually. Like just a slight slope, like it was slightly sloped, but not too bad. And I didn't want to like freaking, you know, fall out. So I scooted my butt, you know, 10, 12 feet away from the very end of the open ship or UFO, or airplane. But he was like on up there like 3, 4 feet away from the, you know, where you could just boom, fall out. But like I said, the aliens do that a lot. They make me afraid of heights and shit. Which I'm afraid of heights in real life or whatever. I mean, not roller coasters, but like if I was just standing on a building really, really high. Like just standing there on a platform really, really, really high. And then looking down, yeah, that would be pretty freaking scary. Like those kind of heights I'm afraid of, but not roller coasters. Okay, so anyway, so the Greys, or a Grey, they started giving us a light show. And basically it was a bunch of bright geometric shapes that were just shooting all over the sky. Bright geometric shapes, they were just kind of like shooting. And colorful, there were many different colors. And actually a lot of them weren't actually like shooting fast, but they were just like, you know, just coming at us in the sky or whatever, just kind of floating and stuff in the sky, these geometric colorful shapes and crap, lights. And I mean, they weren't like shooting very fast or anything. Okay, so then other things that I started seeing was gray alien, their profile, like pictures of gray aliens, but just their profile view started coming into, you know, view or whatever, because they started, putting those images in the sky after all the lights and stuff. And it didn't look quite like this gray alien. Like, I don't know, it looked a little more, like cartoonish, I guess you could say. Not like this authentic looking. Like it looked more kind of, well, I don't know, but like cartoonish or whatever. But anyway, it was gray. It was like gray alien faces, but just their profiles. And they started, shooting all over the sky, like after the shapes and crap. I mean, it's a pretty cool experience. And like I say, we were at least 100,000 feet in the sky, maybe higher. But I know we were like, I felt like we were like way above that any commercial airline would go. And I don't even think chemtrail planes would go quite that high. But I know I've been in airplanes and they've said we were at 50,000 feet. Another time they said we were at 25,000 feet. I think that's about the lowest they go. I don't know if they go up to, they may go up to 75,000 feet. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. But I maybe been at 75,000 feet before in an airplane, but I'm not sure. But yeah, oh my God, my freaking skin is so freaking dry. Oh my God. I don't know why it's so dry. Okay, so, cause like I was rubbing my foot, my heel, I gotta take some shoes back today, but I was rubbing my heel down here and it's like, oh my God, the skin is just like coming off, flaking off. Okay, so anyway, okay, so this is the funny part. Okay, so after the awesome light show, and, I mean, it wasn't a real, I don't know, it just seemed like the whole experience probably lasted, I don't know, like maybe 30 minutes, It wasn't like a super duper long experience. And, so anyway, okay, so this is the funny part. So after the light show and after the, after seeing all the geometric bright shapes and lights and the profile faces of the aliens, and they all were turned, that way. None of them were turned that way. Or that way, always like that way, floating along the sky and stuff. And so after seeing all that, okay, for whatever reason, the aliens put this other random scene in the scenario. And okay, now a lot of times when I'm under these lucid dreams, like I know that I'm dreaming. I know that I'm under a lucid dream experience or whatever. And sometimes, I don't know till after I wake up. And in this experience, like I did know, that I was under, lucid dream experience by the aliens or whatever. Like I knew that. So anyway, so this was what's kind of weird. Because like I say, sometimes the aliens do things and it's really hard to explain with words. Okay, so anyway, so when we were just sitting there on our butts in the craft or whatever, I looked over to my right and then there was a scene. Just a total live virtual reality scene of 4 Apache Now, for whatever reason, I don't know why they picked Apache Indians. They were standing there. 4 Apache Indians were standing there, and they all seemed to be about maybe 30 to 40 years old. They were standing there, and it seemed like they were just kind of standing there in a restaurant. Now, I don't necessarily remember seeing, I do remember seeing some stuff like in the back of them and stuff. I don't know if it was tables or whatever, but it did seem like they were just kind of standing there in a restaurant. And it was like 4 Apache Indians, but I don't know why the aliens picked Apache Indians. And they did not look exactly like this, but they looked pretty close. They all had really long, dark hair. And it was like, I don't know, it was like in a ponytail. They didn't have any bandanas or whatever around their head. But so these 4 Apache Indians, and I don't know if that's really what Apache Indians look like. I don't know. I've never seen any Indians like that today. They're all extinct, or there could be some that really look like that. I don't know. These look like really authentic aliens. I don't think, authentic Indians. So I don't think there's any that exist that look like that today. A lot of the Indians on Indian reservations, they're going to look more like white people, or like multiracial, you know what I'm saying? They're going to look more white than hardcore Indian from 1300s or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, I remember back in Kansas City, I think there are some really authentic looking aliens, Indians around, but you're not going to see them very often because there's very few of them. Okay, when we went to the that festival, I think it's around fall, around October, I think. Not the Renaissance. Caligon Days in Kansas City. We did that one time. I think I went there a couple times, actually. And there was this booth, but I can't remember what type of American Indian he was. But like that is like so exotic. You don't see them like that today, you know what I'm saying? There are a few around that are that exotic looking, but you're not going to see them very often. But I can't remember. I want to say he was Seminole, but I can't remember. But he was selling, blankets and shit that he made, or that they made. And this Indian that I saw was completely black skin. And, completely black. He was hardcore, authentic, 100% authentic Seminole Indian, whatever he was. And so, anyway, he was there, at that Caligon Days. And so, there are a few, that exist today, but, it's hard to come across them. And, but, you can tell he wasn't no 50% white or 50% Indian. He was freaking 100%, whatever he was. And, damn it, I want to say he was Seminole, but I'm not positive. And, but what I'm saying is, these 4 Indians that were in my experience, I don't think any of them exist like that today. These were like freaking authentic, Indians. And like I say, for whatever reason, the aliens told me that they were Apache Indians. And, okay, no, this was the weird part. Okay, they didn't look like I knew somehow that they did not look like very nice people. But anyway, they were standing there just kind of looking at me or whatever, looking at us. Matter of fact, I don't know if they could see us or not. But here's the weird part. Like, even though I knew I was under a lucid dream, like, I knew that they were not. I knew that they were real, in real 3D reality. I knew that. Like, they were not under a dream. And so I told my friend, I wanted to go up and talk to them. And like, I know this is kind of weird because this is like a random scene that was thrown in my scenario where I'm sitting there on a UFO. So I know this is kind of weird, but it's still, I totally remember it and everything. So, I'm going to talk about it. I remember all of it. But, I know it was random, but sometimes the aliens, they do random things like that. In my scenarios, they put random shit that doesn't make sense. So anyway, these 4 Apache Indians, okay, so I was going to go up and talk to them. I wanted to just go up and talk to them and try to be friendly. And my friend said, like that wouldn't be a good idea because they're not exactly nice people. So I never did go up and talk to them, but I wanted to, even though I knew that I was in a dream, and even though, or under a lucid dream. I mean, it was still real. I mean, it wasn't a dream, it was a virtual reality lucid dream, out of body experience. But anyway, so like I said, I wanted to go up and talk to them, and he was like, that would be a good idea because they're not exactly nice people. And, you know, they didn't have very nice looking expressions on their face, you know what I mean? But I knew somehow that they were not under my dream, under this experience. You know, when I was under the dream experience, I knew that they were like just in a 3D reality. But I still wanted to go up and talk to them. And, of course, I never did because he said that wouldn't be a good idea. But that was kind of cool. And that's not the first time they put Indians in my scenario. You know, that's not the first time they put Indians in my scenario, several times. And they even, one time around Christmas time, the aliens gave me this awesome virtual reality experience with an Indian dance, an Indian song that they made up themselves over in their dimension. It was really cool. That experience is on here. It was around, they gave me one right around my birthday. Around 2013, they gave me a virtual reality experience around my birthday, and then for Christmas, and they were awesome. And those, I don't think those were by the reptilians. I think those were from the little angelic kind of round-eyed beings. And so yeah, so that was kind of cool. Oh, actually, yeah, maybe I'll ask for one. I'll ask for an experience on Christmas and see if somebody will come forward and give me an experience, either the soul-eyed beings, the angelic beings, or the reptilians, or the greys. Yeah, I'll ask for an experience on Christmas and see if I get anything. But yeah, the Indians, that was kind of cool looking at those Indians, because they were authentic Indians. You know, I know they existed, you know, back in the day like that. But I don't think there's any like that look that way today, you know, unless they're on Indian reservations or whatever. But yeah, that was kind of cool. And like I say, the aliens, sometimes they put a lot of weird random stuff that doesn't make sense. But anyway, this was kind of like a virtual reality lucid dream, and of course, I was out of body. But it wasn't like an out-of-body experience, virtual reality experience, like what Joel gives me. This was more like a lucid dream. Lucid virtual reality dream. But anyway, if you pay attention, you'll know the difference. If you pay attention to your dreams and stuff, you'll know the difference. But anyway, so it was pretty, you know, quick experience. It wasn't really long, so. But that was my experience. Thanks for listening.